What is up, guys? Rick Kakis here, and today we are going to be showcasing a guide for how to beat the Templar challenge in the updated 390 light Vault of Glass raid, reintroduced with the Age of Triumph. Right now, the Vault of Glass is the weekly featured raid, meaning that both this and the Atheon challenge are active. I have already done a guide for the Atheon challenge, so if you're interested in that, there will be an annotation on screen right now. As for the Templar challenge, we're going to showcase what you get and, most importantly, how to actually beat it. But just before we do, guys, if you enjoy this content and want to see more, please remember to support the video by liking, commenting, and especially sharing. It's a simple thing to do, but it really does help me out, and I very much appreciate those of you who do it. Now for the Templar challenge. If you do beat this challenge, you will have an almost guaranteed chance to get one of the exotic elemental raid primaries. I got the Atheon's epilogue. And now we're taking a look at the exclusive emblem that you earn as well. On top of that, you're going to get some Age of Triumph ornaments that can be applied to the Vault of Glass, or in fact any of the raid armor pieces that can hold them. So if you really want to spec out your Crota's End armor, you can use the ornaments that you earn in the Vault of Glass. Now, as for actually how to beat the Templar challenge mode, well, in the absolute simplest of terms, how to beat the Templar challenge is that you cannot let the Templar teleport. Alright guys, that's it for the video. Now, I'm just kidding. If you know everything about the game, you'll be able to take that and run with it, but I'm assuming most of you want a more detailed guide. So, here we go. The Templar encounter is going to start with a relic, the same relic that we see over and over and over again in the Vault of Glass, and also actually outside the Vault of Glass now in the Nexus Strike and so on, is going to appear in the very middle. Once someone grabs this relic, the Templar encounter will start. So make sure to not grab it until you're actually ready. But the person with the relic is going to have several abilities very important to this encounter. The relic holder can press the buttons that normally activate their super to activate the relic's super, which shoots a projectile. This projectile does a lot of damage to any enemy and will actually take down the shields of the Templar, because initially the Templar is fully shielded. You can't damage him whatsoever until you actually do that super attack essentially from the relic holder, and that projectile hits the Templar. The other very important ability that the relic holder has is the ability to hold up a shield around them. Now, this shield protects them from all incoming damage, and they're absolutely going to need to do this during the challenge mode. Now, once you actually pick up the relic, the Templar is going to teleport to the very middle of this arena. Now, additionally, when the encounter first starts, you're going to have some oracles spawn in as well. They are red oracles, meaning that if you miss one, your entire team will wipe. So make sure you kill all of the oracles from that initial spawn. From there, he's going to teleport to two different places. Only two. The first one is where I'm outlining right now in the background gameplay on the left side, and the other one is over to the top of the right side. Now, you're going to know where he teleports because there's going to be a very obvious glowing pillar of light surrounded by another glowing circle of light where he's going to go. To prevent him from teleporting, all you need to do is get one member of your team, it doesn't matter who, to stand there. So you're going to see this glowing pillar symbolizing where he's going to teleport. You get one team member to stand inside that pillar of light, like inside that circle, and he's not going to be able to teleport. He's going to stay in the middle. And also, the Templar won't be able to regenerate his 360-degree shield of amazingness, otherwise known as a Scorch melee shield in PvP, fucking zing, as long as he doesn't get those teleports in. So as long as he stays in the middle, he's going to be vulnerable to damage. So that sounds simple enough. You simply need to make sure that he doesn't go to the right or to the left by sending one person of your team to stand in the pillar of light where he's going to teleport. But the problem is that there's going to be an absolutely massive amount of adds, like a staggering amount of harpies and minotaurs spawning over and over and over again. And this is really going to be what makes things difficult. So, time for some pro strats. Firstly, we used the relic holder on the left side. The relic holder is fairly mobile, so he can run around and run away from cover whenever he needs to, and then jump up on that teleportation location, pop the shield so he can't take any incoming damage for a short amount of time, and hopefully the shield will be up for long enough that the Templar's teleportation will be cancelled. Now, as for the right side, we do have a Defender Titan with a bubble. I would highly recommend that you guys also have at least one Defender Titan. He's able to pop his bubble and then stand there in that teleportation zone and not get damaged. Mostly the incoming damage is going to be from the Templar himself. He's going to shoot at you pretty much non-stop. However, pro tip for this location is that you can actually squeeze yourself right where you see my teammate and myself going. Squeeze yourself behind this ledge, essentially. You have to be standing up, but as long as you're here, you're still technically in the teleportation zone. And most importantly, the Templar can't attack you. So if you run out of bubble or you don't have a Defender Titan, this is the place you're going to need to stand. Otherwise, you're going to get absolutely murked by the Templar. Now, as for the other members of your team, they're going to be staying outside of the line of sight of the Templar, but close enough that they can potentially cover his teleport if something goes wrong. But they're mostly going to be going banana sandwiches over those adds. In this encounter, as I said earlier, ad killing is absolutely essential, which makes it kind of difficult because you're going to have to focus so much on killing ads when you also going to damage the Templar. It's this kind of split dynamic that is going to be the difference between being able to complete the challenge mode and failing it. I would recommend using one weapon for close range ad clearing, a shotgun, a sword like an exotic sword is quite good, and then one other weapon, a sniper rifle, the sleeper simulant, or the Galahorn for damaging the Templar, because you can't designate yourself to just purely Templar damage or purely ad carrying. You need to be able to do both, in my opinion. Now, I would also highly recommend extremely liberal use of supers. If you're a Night Stalker hunter, for example, you may think that the best line of play is to tether the Templar. However, it's probably better to tether the ads in a lot of scenarios, just because they're so overwhelming. And so guys, this challenge mode really just breaks down into splitting your team up 3 and 3 and holding out those 2 different teleportation locations from the relentless onslaught of ads, and then just doing damage with sniper rifles, with heavies, when you can to the Templar. And so guys, that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed and found this informative. Now, if you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see more Destiny content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. Now, if you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickCacus. That's linked in the description down below, as is my Twitch channel, which you can also follow. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.